I think that there is a propensity among us who enjoy firearms to always want to shoot something different, even when it is the same platform of firearm. From 1911 pistols to Glock pistols to Beretta pistols to whatever. There just seems to be an incessant desire to experience the next pistol. In the world of 1911 pistols, there are a lot of decisions to be made when considering what 1911 to purchase. Aside from manufacturers of the 1911, which there are many, the purpose of the 1911 is a prime consideration. Will the 1911 be used for competition, target shooting, hunting, casual plinking, or self-defense, and/or home defense? Caliber of the 1911 pistol is usually a prime consideration. 9mm, 38 Super, 45 ACP, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 10mm auto are common calibers. I had been interested in another 1911 and 9mm. Why then would I be searching for another? Well, one reason is because I could, at least then. A full-size 1911 that is lightweight is always welcomed in my family. Compared to shooting a 1911 and 45 ACP, the 9mm is cheaper to shoot. Felt recoil is less, even in a lightweight 9mm pistol, and the advancements in ballistics and quality of the 9mm defensive ammunition has lessened the disparity between calibers such as 45 ACP. And another reason is that, at the time, I had come across an excellent 9mm 1911 pistol that was of reasonable cost and perceived high quality. There is also another reason that I will get into later. Without some touchy-feely time with a firearm, purchasing one is a crapshoot. If you are like me, you try to do as much research on the firearm as possible. You read as much information as you can find, and you may also watch video reviews if they are available. If there's no information available, you may rely on just the reputation of the manufacturer. You may also go to as many local gun shops to see if one is available to handle. Your local gun range might have a rental that you can shoot. In this case, however, there was no information available at all on this model, as it was and still is in limited production. But I have several examples of Kimber 1911 pistols to draw from regarding quality, artisanship, and performance. Now, Kimber has 31 examples of 9mm pistols on their website. Kimber quality has always been top-notch, for the most part. I have read about issues with the Kimpro finishes in other forums, but these forums are dated and the Kimpro 2 finish seems to be an improvement over the previous finish. The Kimber Arctic Lightweight 1911 pistol, stainless steel gray laminate grips, hereon simply referred to as the Arctic, won me over, because I do like the contrasting controls over a stainless finish, and the slide and barrel are stainless steel. But before I get into detailing out the Arctic, let me display the specifications. The styling of the Kimber Arctic is typical of modern variations of the 1911. Kimber uses its Kimber melt treatment to round out sharp edges and make the pistol more user and holster friendly. The slide-to-frame fit is typical of Kimber pistols, tight with absolutely no play between slide and frame. Front and rear slide angled serrations provide an adequate surface for gripping the pistol during press checking or when racking the slide. The left side only blackened slide lock and thumb safety are oversized for effortless operation, as is the blackened grip safety. The thumb safety exhibits a positive detent from one position to the other. The Kimber logo is engraved into the left side of the slide, while the right side of the slide has stainless LW engraved into it. I like the simplicity of markings on the slide. The frame engraving consists of the Kimber name, serial number, and origin of manufacturer, which is Yonkers, New York. In case you did not know, all Kimber 1911 pistols are manufactured in the U.S. of America. The finish of the pistol is excellent and feels like satin to the touch. The barrel is fully ramped. That is important because you do not want rounds battering the frame as they enter the chamber. Polishing of the feed ramp is not as finished as I like, but I have a Dremel, polishing compound, buffing wheels, and I know how to use them if needed. The slide contains a stainless steel barrel bushing, and one-piece full-length guide rod, or FLGR. I have not yet had an issue disassembling a Kimber pistol with the FLGR. When new, however, the provided bushing wrench is sometimes necessary. The frame is a slightly contrasting color to the slide, giving the pistol a three-tone appearance. The mainspring housing is checkered polymer, while the front strap is void of texturing.
Aw, man.
This would be one of the reasons to order a wraparound grip for the pistol, my normal solution to the lack of front strap texturing. These grips are effective, but very utilitarian looking, and I felt that the Kimber Arctic deserved better. I needed the texturing of the grip to relay both the utilitarian but classy look to the pistol. The grip handles of any 1911 pistol are always the easiest upgrade to make, and usually is done out of personal preference rather than necessity, as most grip handles that come with a 1911 pistol are adequate for use. At first, I had ordered the Ultimate 1911 Government Finger Groove Silver Black Checkered Engraved Grip and two-tone Whirl 1911 grip screws with O-rings. After mounting the Finger Groove Silver Black grip panels, and although they looked great and felt wonderful in the hand, they did not convey the Arctic theme of the pistol. I did have a set of black pearl grip panels, also from the Altamont Company, but I felt would work with the pistol's theme. The pattern swirls as if an Arctic storm exists. The two-tone Whirl 1911 grip screws were kept as they conveyed the theme of the pistol with their swirl design. The result is shown. The grip panels are of a composite material, and the grip panels and mounting screws are a perfect fit. I believe that the new grip panels and mounting screws provide a further contrast and unique look to the pistol. Although the new grip panels are smooth and without texturing or checkering, the new grip panels feel great in my hand, as they are the standard thickness of 1/4 inch. The Kimber Arctic Lightweight comes with one magazine, a 9-round unit. Note that I could not load a fully magazine into the pistol with 1 round in the chamber. However, 10-round Wilson Combat magazines work very well and provide an additional 2 rounds, 10 in the magazine and 1 chambered. With the pistol disassembled, you can see the excellent workmanship on the pistol. An area machining mark. Kimber Arctic continues with quality you expect from Kimber pistols. Cuts for the barrel locking lugs are sharp and well defined, and all controls are fitted very well. The front sight is a dovetailed fiber unit, while the rear sight is a low-profile white two-dot system. I am not a fan of fiber sights, but it seems that they are becoming increasingly common. Kimber Arctic does come with additional fiber rods. In bright sunlight, front sight sticks out like a sore thumb, making it extremely easy to index the front sight. In poor lighting, front sight is subdued, and the outline of the front sight acts more like a conventional ramp sight. The Kimber Arctic, like any other firearm, requires complete cleaning and proper lubrication. In the case of this pistol, it came without any lubrication at all. Removing the slide stop pin was a chore the first time due to the lack of lubrication. Even with proper lubrication, the slide stop pin remains very tight, but all is well now. Kimber is very micromanaging in the lubrication department, recommending the following.
Use a premium lubrication product such as Shooter's Choice FP10 or similar quality oil. Grease is not recommended. If the lubrication product contains Teflon, shake well before using, as the Teflon settles. Lubricate the following parts: slide and frame rails, 3 drops on each side. Disconnector on top of frame, 1 drop. Barrel hood, 2 drops spread across surface. Barrel locking lugs inside slide and on barrel, 1 drop on each lug. Barrel link, 1 drop behind link. Slide stop pin, 1 drop spread across surface. Outside of barrel, 3 drops spread across surface. Cocked hammer, 1 drop in between the hammer and frame. Guide rod, 1 drop spread across surface.
Lately, I have been using 2 products from Wilson Combat, Ultima Lube 2 Oil and Ultima Lube 2 Universal. Ultima Lube 2 Oil is an excellent oil for getting into places where a low viscosity penetration is necessary, like magazine release buttons, hammers, trigger pivots, plunger tube, safety, etc. The Ultima Lube 2 Universal product is a heavier lubricant that sticks to what it is applied. It is excellent for use on parts where lubricating moving parts and reducing wear must be considered. It is excellent for use on slide rails, locking lugs, and the slide lock pin. I like to use a healthy quantity on the slide and frame rails, and then use a small hobby brush to spread it evenly across the rails. Do not try to overload my firearms with lubricant, yet I understand the need for protecting my investment. This pistol is built tight, so tight that I had to knock the slide lock pin out to disassemble the pistol. But I think that I mentioned that already. Did I say that the Kimber Arctic is built tight? A barrel bushing wrench is provided with the pistol, and it was needed. The pistol has a full-length, one-piece guide rod, but once the recoil spring guide is removed, the pistol disassembles like any other 1911 pistol. For those purists who do not care for FLGRs, it can be exchanged for a standard GI guide rod. With this all out of the way, let's see what the Arctic does at the range. This was the second outing at the range for the Arctic. I have shot the Arctic on one occasion previous to this, after I first received the Arctic. This session, I hoped, would repeat the first session with a perfectly running 1911. Setting my usual silhouette target at 7 yards for function testing, the first magazine of MagTech 124 grain ammunition was stuffed into the magazine well. While Kimber provides only one magazine with the pistol, I had with me several known good magazines from other manufacturers that have been proven to work well with my other 9mm 1911 pistols. The Arctic exhibits a beveled magwell that helps with inserting a magazine into the pistol. The trigger exhibits very little free travel and a very crisp 5.8 pound 5-pole average trigger pull, with no over travel. I expect the trigger pull weight to decrease as the pistol is broken in. Functioning was 99.927% error-free, with only one failure to lock back on an empty magazine. But I was not able to duplicate the issue with the remaining magazines, so that was a good thing. The Arctic ran with the Kimber, Metgar, and Wilson Combat magazines. Accuracy is exceptional, with POI equal to POA at 7 yards. Felt recoil was minimal, which was expected out of a full-size 1911, although it is lightweight by nature, and the Arctic has an excellent trigger. As a side note, if I can get my Kimber Camp Guard 10 to run like this one, I will be a happy camper, since the Kimber Camp Guard 10 is supposed to guard the camp, has yet to live up to its name. So with range time out of the way, let me briefly present carrying and concealing the Arctic. If you have viewed any of my past video reviews, you know that I'm going to say that the Kimber Arctic Lightweight 1911 pistol stainless steel can be concealed, and indeed it can. And I have my usual preferences in both IWB and shoulder holster systems. The Kimber Arctic is a pistol that I do not want subjected to the harsh environment of a hybrid holster, and the Kimber Arctic looks at home in a Felco A112 Hawk holster, as it does in the IWB holster from Savoy Leather. In addition, the Cumberland holster from Simply Rugged Holsters is a good place to tuck a 1911 pistol inside the waistband. The VersaCarry Comfort holster is becoming one of my favorites, although it is not as rigid as many other leather products. I can wear it with sweat guard or without. Without the sweat guard, the VersaCarry Comfort holster is as close to Mexican carry as I choose to get. The Kimber Arctic Lightweight always carries well in the Miami Classic 2 shoulder holster system by Gelco Leathers, although the barrel does extend beyond the boundaries of the holster, whereas a Commander length 1911 fits perfectly. The Felco Rotor Holster Shoulder System has become a favorite of mine for colder weather carry, and the Lightweight Arctic feels right at home inside this holster. The final holster, for me, is a Craft Model CH4015 Talon cross-draw holster. With the Model CH4015 for the 1911, no break-in was necessary, and all of my 1911 pistols just slide right on in and make themselves at home. Lightweight handguns, regardless of caliber, are always in demand for carrying, albeit they can be brutal at times to shoot, especially in compact pistols and revolvers. Although the Kimber Arctic is much lighter than your standard 5-inch barreled 1911, but heavier than the Glock G48 at 1 pound 5.7 ounces loaded with 10 rounds, the 9mm caliber and physical size of the pistol help to mitigate felt recoil. This reduction in felt recoil also helps to manage the pistol better, which also may aid in the accuracy department by reducing any propensity to flinch. The Kimber Arctic is a fine piece of machinery. My choice of this lightweight 1911 may differ from yours. That is fine. The Ruger SR 1911 Commander configuration is an excellent example of a 9mm 1911 that is lightweight and 100% reliable. The Rock Island Armory Ultra Rock FS and 9mm is also excellent and just as reliable as the Ruger SR 1911, albeit the weight is much greater than the Kimber and is that of a full-size, all-steel 1911. The most accurate 9mm 1911 that I have is the most excellent Smith & Wesson Performance Center SW 1911 Pro Series. But again, this pistol is full-size, heavy, and expensive. There are also other excellent 9mm 1911 pistols on the market. But when you can find a most excellent Kimber lightweight 9mm 1911 for less than the price of the Rock Island Armory Ultra Rock FS 1911 or a Ruger SR 1911, that is worth looking into. The Kimber Arctic would be an excellent carry for someone who likes the 1911 platform, who wants to carry something lighter than a full-weight 1911, and prefers the 9mm cartridge. But if you prefer the 45 ACP cartridge, Kimber Arctic is also available in that caliber. Well, I guess that it is time to put this chapter of the Range Ronin Chronicles to bed. If you don't mind, I'm going to get warm. This Arctic review, with its Arctic-type backgrounds, has given me the chills, and cold weather is on its way. I hope to see you again when I defrost a bit, but until then, stay warm, be vigilant, be armed, and among all, be safe out there.